Okay, so check this out. I watched this episode and my goodness. I think maybe everybody else has realized this, but this show is really weird. Like, no joke. It's people are like, really? You're just figuring that out? It was a little odd this time. Like the demon lord of melancholy, Astaroth. She was really weird. Like, it was... At the end is the way she was at the end is what I expected her to be from the beginning, but at the start she was just... Like, her character is just strange. Instead of talking like a normal human being... Well, I mean, she's not a human, but still. Instead of talking like a normal individual, she spits bars. She goes with the flow. You know, bro. Oh no. That was really weird. And it caught me off guard. Like, That's gonna be an interesting one to see translated. Like, oh, that'd be a hilarious dub to see. And I think they're actually dubbing this. So yeah, that's gonna be funny. First off, I didn't know she existed. Like, nobody mentioned her. I don't think she was there at the beginning. So I was rather confused with this episode when it first started, because I didn't understand who this character was or why she was here. But we learned over the episode, Demon Lord of Melancholy, which seems like a pretty lame thing to be the Demon Lord over. But, I mean, who wouldn't be depressed if you were the Demon Lord of Melancholy? Goodness. All her music was depressing. She was spitting bars, but the bars weren't that great, so that was depressing. Everything about her is just sad. But I mean, that's who she's supposed to be, right? And it seems like Sloth is like her bestest buddy. Because they just keep texting each other and chatting it up. And later on, you see that that's who's helping her out and stuff. And it was an interesting dynamic. Like, for the most part, the episode followed Astaroth more than Lucifer and Maria and Levi. And also, it did a fairly decent job of making you, actually not root for the main character for once. Like, it's odd. Most of the show, you don't necessarily feel anything for the other characters in it. But with this one, you kind of feel a little bit for Astaroth, especially when you see that she can't go out and perform in front of a bunch of people, which, I kind of assumed anyway. I mean, why else would she be only doing stuff like videos online? I mean, come on. If you can perform your music in front of a bunch of people, you're not going to just constantly release the music online. But, that was just my assumption from the start. And at the end, it proved to be true. Also, here's something that's interesting about this episode. There was the one scene, but it wasn't big enough to actually, draw any attention to it, which is why I kind of forgot about it. But I was going to say there were no scenes of anything close to full-on sex. But with Astaroth's video, there was that one scene with the hands all over her. That was kinda, close to it. But then at the same time, it wasn't. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain. But basically, with this episode, it was a straight up musical episode. It had them competing with music. And it was hilarious to see the different types of songs that they were doing. Because Oh goodness. That one song that Lucifer had, the dance song. It cracked me up because of the way the music went. Like it kind of reminded me of the most recent ending of Dragon Ball Super, that Boogie Back song. Like, it catches you off guard because the other music wasn't like this. And then all of a sudden, you kick in all these different effects to the music and stuff. And it was hilarious. By the way, the song was actually pretty decent, you know. It was actually pretty fun to listen to. But it was just so different from the other songs that had been in the episode that it was hilarious. But goodness. The one scene was the whole hand groping thing, which I don't know how it's going to look in the uncensored version because I didn't watch the uncensored version, but in this one, it was so bright and blurry that you couldn't really see what was going on. Also, it was extremely fast. Like with these other episodes, there has been blatant stuff. Like, you know, it's just in your face. That was a quick flash. So this episode actually had to stand on substance. And shockingly enough, it did. It was very entertaining. I really liked this episode. I would still give it a 4, not a full 5, because like some of the animation in this episode was weird. Some things looked like they were drawn pretty poorly, but other than that, this was great. Man, it was wonderful. Like, I'm one of those weird people that like to have random music episodes in your shows. Like when they did the random music episode for The Flash, I love that. Like, it's really cool to me, and maybe that's because I like grew up on Disney or something. I don't know, but it was really fun. It was a great episode. I really, really enjoyed this, and I really like Astaroth as a character. Like, that's the biggest thing about this. I, in general, have enjoyed this show, but as far as character-wise, I don't really like any characters. But Astaroth is a likable character. And it's probably because she's so stupid and goofy. Like, I don't mean actually stupid, but you know, I mean like the way she behaves with the whole, I'm gonna, you know, flow with everything I say. Gonna drop bars. Oh man. This was great. And if I continue to sit here and talk about it, I'm just gonna start rambling, which I've already done for the most part. So, tell me what you guys thought about it. Did you enjoy this episode as much as I did? Because I thought it was wonderful. And it introduced a wonderful character. Like, the only thing that I regret about Astaroth being introduced is that we're more than likely not going to see much more of her, which is kind of sad. Because they skip from Demon Lord to Demon Lord. They're not going anything in depth about them. So until probably like second to last episode, we probably won't see her again, which is really sad because she was really fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully the next episode will be as good. It looked like it's going to be about Sloth, which, you know, she seems like she could be an interesting character as well, but I don't know how they're going to use her. So, just hoping the next episode will be as good, if not better than this one. Tell me what you guys thought about this. Peace out, and have a great day.